Welcome back to The Business Experience Show, where you can learn from others' experiences and successes in business.
Welcome back to the Business Experience Show. I'm Lisa Caprelli with Cole Smith of ELOT Network and Kramer. We're talking with LocalLiving.com. Paul Montha, founder. He's been around for a couple of years now. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Lisa.
How are you, Paul?
Great. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Now, group buying has always been a good way to leverage purchasing power. Aren't you simply modernizing an old concept?
Yeah, group buying's always been around. It's kind of like the Costco theory. Everybody knows if you buy it in bulk, you'll get a better deal. So we're basically just using today's technology in order to just advance that a little bit more.
Do you have a particular background that led up to starting this type of a business?
Yeah, I worked for a consolidation company with a shipment company, and essentially what we did was we leveraged our size and scale in the marketplace to help small business owners get better rates, better prices in the marketplace, whether it's shipping or office supplies. So when I heard about the group buying model, working with restaurants or small business owners, it was just a perfect idea for us.
Yeah, Paul, there's a number of these types of businesses out there online. How do you separate yourself from the rest of the guys?
Well, for us, we're a local company, so essentially what we try to do is make sure that we're out there meeting with business owners, and we focus on local businesses in order to help them.
Right, and you do that nationwide? You start in a local market? Is that kind of your goal?
Sure. Right now we're in Southern California, and obviously the idea is to be able to grow that into other markets.
Well, isn't it a little bit chicken and egg? I mean, you want to be able to go out and sell to businesses that want to advertise their services, but you need buyers. You need a database or a customer list also. Where do you put your emphasis for building your business?
Sure. Right now, the way that we're able to grab our subscribers is to be out there in the community. So we're out there at local events, we're out there at schools, and essentially the best way for us to get subscribers right now is through our existing database in terms of them telling their friends, telling their families.
How does social networking play into that?
Well, obviously, with Facebook, with Twitter, when people buy deals from us and they enjoy the experience, they'll just share it.
Yeah, one of the things that I find, Paul, that's really unique to what you're doing that a lot of other people are not, that you're really focused, no matter how the size of the company gets, it's really focused on the local market.
Absolutely. And, you'll be surprised at a lot of small business owners that don't take advantage of all the resources that's out there. So for us, it really helps us encourage to be able to be out there, meet with business owners and let them know, hey, there's resources out there that's free that that you can take advantage of, whether it's Facebook, whether it's reviews.
How do you overcome the obstacle of a business owner saying, well, wait a minute, I have to discount my product or service and I don't want to lose money?
Sure. You know what? With today's economic landscape, it's pretty tough and it's challenging. And I asked them, well, what are you doing right now to
get more traffic?
Exactly. Obviously, you're doing some type of marketing. So this is a way for us to really attract new customers. And for us, we don't ask for any type of upfront money from these merchants. It's a great way for them to really look at a risk-free type of marketing.
Right.
Now, one of the things, they should take a look at your website and kind of get familiarized with some of the products that's on there and your delivery for that particular site and those products. It's pretty unique. And some of the things that you do, you work with a lot of nonprofits. And would you talk a little bit about that and kind of what your direction is?
Sure. And you've heard me say, talking about keeping things local, working with the local community. So for us, a great way to get out there is working with nonprofits. So if you're a nonprofit or if you're a little league team that's looking to create awareness or help raise funds, we can help you out with that. So basically what we've done, for example, is we have a high school basketball team that's throwing a car wash, and we would feature that deal on our site, and people would buy that, take it to the car wash, and we would donate all the proceeds to that particular group.
Why would you do that?
Well, for us, as you mentioned before, Kramer, it's a great way for us to gain subscribers and create awareness.
So it's not just about selling a product and a service. It's really connecting deeper into the community is really what you're saying.
Exactly.
Is trying to get everyone involved. And if the listeners were out there, that to become a subscriber, it's free, that you don't charge anything?
Absolutely. Basically we have new deals and new features, new offers every day. They come to our site, and if they find something that they like, that they want to experience, they buy it. Other than that, there's no cost to be part of our membership base.
So if one of our 30,000 listeners, or many of our listeners, decide that they want to be part of this, they would go onto your website, they'd fill in something that gives you their email, and then you would be sending emails to them, letting them know of the deal of the day or whatever the featured deals are?
Exactly. They just go on to localliving.com, enter in their email address, and every day, every time we have a new deal, they'll get an email right in their inbox. And like I said, if they like the deal, they'll just go on it and buy it.
From a business standpoint, what has been one of your best campaigns that you've ran? I'm sure you've had many.
Yeah, events have been great. We've had a great
Events?
events. Whether it's a concert, whether it's a pro basketball game.
What about, do people put charity on there? Charity events?
A lot of times, well, yes.
Okay.
We did a Grace Fest. In one of our markets, and basically, people were able to again create awareness, and typically it would cost them $10. They were able to get 2 tickets for $5 and go out there and again be able to share the experience with their friends and family.
You said in one of your markets. Are you in places other than Orange County?
Correct. Right now we are in the Antelope Valley and Orange County, and we are looking to expand in other markets. But that's the 2 markets that right now that we're in.
Go ahead.
And when you're looking to expand, is that some sort of a licensing deal or a franchise, or are you going to own all of these and just have different branches?
Sure. We're looking for independent sales organization. Basically, we're looking for a local or a community ambassador, someone that has great ties within the community that wants to, basically take what we've developed and bring it out there.
And are those ties that you're looking for ties to businesses, the advertisers, or ties to the buyers, the customers?
Both. It's just a great business opportunity. If someone is looking for, just for a way to be involved in the community, they can earn income just for,
Right.
doing it.
Paul, one of the things with all businesses, and even though it's unique and you found your niche, it's very competitive. What are some of the challenges that you run through as a business owner and in this space with competing against some of these other guys?
The biggest challenge for us, it's still a fairly new concept and ideal. So trust, credibility, educating not only the merchants but educating consumers as well, because a lot of times you hear that, oh, I can get 50, I can get 70% off. Wow, it's too good to be true. Now, is this legit? So for us, it's just a matter of, again, educating our consumers and relying for our existing subscriber base or existing member base to be able to tell that to their friends and family, because again, those are the people that have the greatest credibility.
Yeah, one of the things that I like about the local living concept is entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. So it's not just about going and selling a product and making a lot of money, but it's passing and referring the information so that we're all able to help each other. But like 100 years ago, we were all helping each other to buy and sell our services through recommendation, and I think that's really what your message is about.
Exactly. A lot of every time we do something fun, or every time we find a great deal, we always like to share it, and this is what it's all about: is being able to help each other. Whether you're a new business and you're trying to gain awareness in the community, it's a great way for you to get that exposure.
Right.
Now, do these deals work better with services as opposed to hard goods? I mean, I assume that you have coupons for restaurants and you also have services. What works better for your audience?
Sure, Kramer. Everybody's looking for a great deal. So, whether it's restaurants, people always like to go and enjoy a new restaurant. Mm-hmm. So if, every time we have a restaurant deal, they always do well because we eat every day.
Right. I could see that doing well.
Massages also work well because, again, if the price is right and the opportunity's there, who wouldn't want to go get 30 minutes or 60 minutes of relaxation?
Can you give us a success example of a business that went on Local Living to discount their services, but then they were busy for the next 2 weeks or month?
Sure. A perfect example is a massage place up in the Antelope Valley.
Okay.
And they're a fairly new business. So what we did was when we ran their campaign, part of our goal was to also increase awareness. And what we did was we ran a contest. And if people came to, or if people had experience with that business, they would make a comment why this place was so great. Now, if they would post that comment on the Facebook page and like it,
right,
they get an opportunity to win. So not only were we able to sell out that particular deal, but we were also able to create awareness through this contest that we threw, and they were able to gain about 200 additional likes on their Facebook page. And for a small business owner, that's huge.
Now, how important is a price point on something like that?
Price point is obviously important because people want to make sure that it's still within their budget.
And do you set the price point, or does the merchant customer set that, or is there some sort of a negotiation or dialogue between the two of you?
We actually work with the merchant on that. Basically before we run an actual deal or an offer, we try to find out what that business's price point is at. So basically, we want to make sure that we're not just going with other sites are going. We want to make sure that, okay, as a business owner, what's your current price point? How can we price it where you're able to attract new customers, but at the same time maintain that margin to be profitable?
Because there are some consumers that are skeptical. They see normally $89.99, but for this deal it's $70, but really last week it was $69.99 anyway.
Sure. Part of what we do with that is our due diligence in finding out a little bit more about the industry that they're currently in. So we'll either find out, okay, what's the market price for this, or do they have that price posted on their site? Or we'll call them, hey, I'm a new customer, how much would you charge for this? So we want to make sure that the price isn't inflated, again, because we want to make sure that we have that credibility not only with other businesses but also with our subscriber base as well, just to make sure, hey, this deal is really a great deal and not just an inflated price that makes it appear to be a great deal.
Yeah, and I want to touch base that on the subscriber side, and I think a lot of misnomers out there with the subscribers is that we're just in it to make a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. And it's really not just the case. It's really helping drive more traffic to the local community and local business, and they're taking a discount to take a chance on you learning more about their product and service. In some cases, it's like you said earlier, it's an advertising means, marketing means for the customer, and their goal is for you to come back more often than not.
Sure.
And it's just another way for a business to get started. But the consumer, they hear about these big companies making all this money and it's taking it out of their pocket. So it's kind of a juggling act, but it's for both the consumer and the small business.
Sure. As a consumer, obviously you want to be able to experience different things. And, if you're on a tight budget, it's a great way to be able to take out a family. For example, going to a baseball game for $20, you bring a family before it and have all the goodies with the hot dogs and the drinks. Now, at the same time, you're able to support a local business, and
right.
and that's huge for some people because people have different causes and they're looking for different ways to keep the money within that community.
And then you're providing education as well about the person's business.
Exactly. And we our goal is to make it a forum for businesses to be able to connect with their consumers. And a lot of times businesses don't do that. They don't take the time to ask for their customers' email or phone number. If they don't do that, how do they get the feedback from their customers? How do they know what's working and what's not working?
Paul, there's an elephant in the room, and that is Groupon. We haven't said that word, but isn't Groupon, that's the big company that does this nationally or internationally, right?
Sure. Groupon and Living Social has had the recognition with the media.
And how do you distinguish what you are and what you do different from what Groupon does?
Sure.
And as a merchant, why wouldn't I go with Groupon? And as a customer, why wouldn't I be looking for Groupon deals?
Okay, we're going to hold that thought. We're going to take a break and answer that. That's a great question. You are listening to Local Living, Paul Montha, localliving.com for more information. If you'd like to reach us, go to thebusinessexperienceshow.com. Listen, if you're a business owner here in Southern California and you want more business, who doesn't? Well, most people do. Through better marketing, call now to receive a free consultation. We will call you directly after the show or follow up with you tomorrow. Call 877-830-830 call 877-830-830, or you can go to thebusinessexperienceshow.com, click on Ask a Question. We will get back to you. You're listening to Angels AM 830 KLAA. We'll be right back. Are you an entrepreneur entrepreneur who would like to increase your business by becoming more recognizable in your field? Ever considered authoring a book, being on radio, or strengthening your brand, but you haven't yet? Hi, I'm Lisa Caprelli with the Business Experience Show. I can help you remake or revitalize your professional image in ways you only dreamed about or never imagined. Through business, marketing, and networking, I can show you how to put the passion and fun back in what you do. Visit goglossy.com for a free consultation. I would love to help you achieve more. Visit goglossy.com.
Welcome back to the Business Experience Show, where traditional business practices intersect with outside-the-box thinking on the road to success.
Welcome back to the Business Experience Show. I'm Lisa Caprelli with Cole Smith of ELOC Network and Kramer. We are talking with localliving.com Paul Montha. Kramer, you had a question for him before the show.
Yeah, before the break, I asked you to distinguish between your company and Groupon, and why, as a merchant, a merchant might want to do business with you instead, or as a customer, why I'd want to do business with you. You've had the break to think about it.
Sure. For us, it's about the process. Because we are local, we're able to walk inside the business owner's establishment, and we're able to understand the different nuances, what they're able to handle, how many customers they can handle, how many new customers they can handle. We understand their price points. We understand what it is that they're looking for. So we want to make sure that we're detailed with our process, asking the business owners about their goals, what they're looking to achieve, and what they can handle. And based off of that, we would structure an offer that makes sense not only from the customer, but for the business owner as well. And a lot of times, other deal sites, they could be calling you from Canada. Or they're just calling you from a call center, and their goal is just to post a deal, and it's all about posting numbers. It's all about profit.
Well, you're accessible. I mean, one of the things is by having the local deal site here and in these other communities, you're accessible. Otherwise, do you think we would be able to get some of these other guys on? And that's one of the things that I like about what you guys do. You're accessible.
Is there an advantage for a customer to be dealing with somebody that's local? And I think about the difference between eBay and Craigslist. eBay is national. If I'm buying something, I'm looking at a national thing. In Craigslist, it's local. It's regional. Is there some reason why a customer or a consumer would want to be doing business if nobody wants to get inundated with everybody's offers every day? Why would I want your offers instead of Groupon's?
Sure. The accessibility is one. The fact that, for me, it's important to, like I said before, establish that trust and establish that credibility. So we want to make sure that not only our consumers are happy, but also the merchants. So part of the process is after we have ran a deal for a business owner, is we'll have a post-call follow-up, meaning we'll go back in there, we'll ask them, hey, are your staff being able to handle the extra business? How are the feedback that you're getting from your customers as well?
More of a consultant type approach.
Bingo, exactly. And, customers that call in, we want to make sure that they're responded to. And early on, I made it a point that all the customer service calls actually were handled by myself. So that way we're able to take the feedback and provide that to the merchant as well, to let them know, hey, this customer came in and here's what they, here's their feedback. Here's how your staff handled their situation.
Do you have repeat business merchants that have run more than one campaign with you?
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest thing, the biggest testimony for us is that we have repeat business with merchants, and we have a lot of repeat business with subscribers as well.
But with merchants, do you then use your business experience and consulting skills to help tailor or redraft or recraft the offers that are made? Sure.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we go with what worked in the past. So after the initial deal, we'll ask them, okay, how did it work out for you? What were some of the things that you like, and what were some of the things that you wish you could change? And if you want to change that, let's do that on our next run.
What's some of the biggest challenges that you have in growing your business local?
Well, the biggest challenge, obviously, again, it's creating brand awareness. And, as much as we try to be out there, a lot of people still aren't aware about us or aware about the model itself.
Right.
What would you do differently, Paul, in starting up your business, knowing what you know now?
Well, for me personally, it's you can't do everything yourself. So you want to make sure that you build a strong team that is committed and passionate about what it is that you're trying to build, and you want to make sure that they share the same vision with you. A lot of times, if that partner or that individual that you bring on, if all they care about is, I want, if they're in it for the money,
Right.
you will lose that person, pretty early. The reason why is not all business will be that profitable early on.
Paul, thanks for being with us today. You had so much business experience to share. Paul Montha from Local Living. Any last words you want to share with our audience?
Go check out localliving.com and support your local businesses.
Thanks for being on our show. Thank you for listening. Have a profitable week. Thanks to Dr. Vigorin from Vigorin Dental in Newport Beach. For more information or to reach any of our guests, please go to thebusinessexperienceshow.com. This radio show is produced by Brian Gaps. Thank you. Production assistants Ben Burke. Thanks to Kyle Sarah. Theme music by Mike Warner. I'm Lisa Caprelli. Thanks to Cole Smith and Doc Kramer for joining us as well. See you next week on Angels Radio, AM 830 KLAA. Go to thebusinessexperienceshow.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll follow you back. We'll see you next week. That was a great show. Thanks, guys.